Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Welcome to the part of the show where we talk about how in a post-truth society where we have exchanged truth for lies and reason for postmodern irrationality, the absurd finally makes sense. Well, this one makes a whole lot of sense. An environmental charity recognized Prince Harry and Meghan Markle for their decision to have a maximum of 2 children. This is a new charity named Population Matters. The charity awarded the couple because of their quote-unquote enlightened decision to limit their family size. And with that, they received an award of £500, which is $625, I believe, $675 for this. At first, my thought is, what are they going to do with £500? I guess to give to their favorite charity. And second, it's clear why they gave it to them. It's because of the publicity that they would get if their Population Matters would get if they recognize Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, the crown jewel of the elite society and the enlightened ones on the earth today. They wrote this. It's the first year that the charity, whose patrons included David Attenborough, gave out 9 awards recognizing change champions in light of the UN's World Population Day. Yes, the UN World Population Day. Got to limit those people. A representative for Population Matters, this comes from Insider, told Insider Harry and Markle's award, quote unquote, recognized an unusual set of circumstances as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex are, quote unquote, a couple with such a high public profile speaking about this. Population Matters is a website, on their website, discusses the decision, and they said, when probably the most famous couple in the world says that they choose to stop at 2 children, mind you, Harry is 38 and Meghan is about 39, I believe, they help to popularize and normalize that choice. We didn't, of course, give the Sussexes an award for having 2 children, which is far from unique, but for the context in which they've done it. We commend the Duke and Duchess for taking this enlightened decision, for affirming that a smaller family is also a happy family. Well, this whole story gets even greater as I poked around the Population Matters website. It really is all about just that, population control. How can we control the population? How can we convince people to have less kids? Because if we keep on having babies, the global footprint of a human being is so catastrophic to Mother Nature, which we worship, creation, which is our God, that we must do away with humanity, which is the bane of all creation, really. We aren't the pinnacle of creation. We aren't the if you believe in evolution, we're not the pinnacle of evolution. We are the virus. We have emerged as the virus. We are the bottom of creation, not the top. Well, on their page, they have a join the global family, and they have a card, an e-card that you can sign to take a pledge of the manifesto that they have, which reads, join the global family. What sort of family we have is a deeply personal choice that everyone has the right to make freely. When we make it, we have also the opportunity to help protect our precious planet. Sadly, millions of people still don't have the freedom to choose. I'm guessing the freedom to choose how many kids that you want because they don't have free access to abortions. Join the growing family of people around the world who believe that hashtag choice matters, aka you should be able to have abortions. You should be able to kill your baby in the womb. And who have committed to planning for a small family size and empowering others to have the same freedom of choice. Sign and share our choice manifesto today. And here's what the choice manifesto reads. Point 1, all relationships should be healthy and consensual. Well, okay, that's not a biggie. Yeah, we should have healthy and consensual relationships. Why not? Now, everything has been boiled down in this really this anti-God world that everything comes down to, when it comes to sex, everything comes down to, well, was it consensual? And that is, it's true. It is a truth that we need to, of course, have consensual relationships, because if you don't, then that really is equating to rape. But it's boiled down to, that is the only thing that matters, where our relationships and families are about so much more than just having a consensual relationship. Next point, everyone should be free to receive modern sexual and reproductive health care. That is code and slang for abortions. Everyone should be free to receive free abortions. Next, everyone should be free to choose if and when to have children. Again, everyone should have access to free abortion clinics. I'm sure it's more than that, but for sure, that is something that is included in the language behind this, especially when they're talking about the choice manifesto. The choice we make about having children matters for the future of all of us. There is more than one kind of family, and people define theirs however they wish. Okay, well, that's kind of true, that you can have more than one kind of family, and that my family, of course, is different than your family. We're going to share different values. I'm going to have maybe more or less kids than your family. But what they're also saying is, you know what? If you have two dads, if you have two moms, if you're transgendered and, you want to put that on your kids, well, you are free to define that. And I would disagree. A family is a man and a woman, and they have kids together. That is the definition of a family, and I commend Hungary, who has put that into law last year, defining what a family really is. It goes on, supporting the empowerment of women and communities that don't have the opportunity or freedom to make choices about family. Celebrating and supporting the choice to have a small biological family to help humanity live in harmony with nature. There it is. If we have a smaller population, if we reach population decline, then we can live in harmony with nature. It implies that more people is worse, and that we can't have harmony with nature if we have 8 billion, 10 billion people living on the planet. And the last point is making informed and considered choices about whether to have children and how many children to have if I haven't already completed my family. Please help us spread the word and grow the global family by sharing our choice manifesto. Please let me rewrite that for them. Please help us spread the word and shrink the global population by sharing our choice manifesto. It's hashtag global small family, hashtag choice, hashtag abortion matters. It is a demonic ideology that is rooted in this idea that humans are bad, that humans are a plague to the world, that humans need to be wiped out to limit the human population. Abortion, akin to child sacrifice, limiting of the family. These are all anti-human ideas that are set up because we have begun to worship creation rather than the creator. We have created a god out of Mother Nature. And we fail, and we have equated humans, to be no different than a plant or a dog or a shark or a kitten or an ape. That we are on the same plane as every other being, but really we have a spirit and we live on another plane as well, on a spiritual dimension And in that spiritual dimension, there are powers and principalities that are fighting to destroy the very seed of humanity. And this is the cloak and dagger that it takes in today's society. Because limiting humanity will always weaken humanity. You may have heard of the network effect. Now, the network effect says, if I have a telephone and no one else has a telephone, that telephone is no good. But the moment that you get a telephone, I'm able to talk to you. And the moment that a third person comes in, we now are able to have more connections, more conversations. And the more people that you have in a network, the more valuable that network becomes. Think of Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, any of these social platforms. They are so valuable because we are able to get on them and connect with anyone in the world. The network effect. I believe that we can do more to help the environment. We can do more to steward the environment by having more kids, by having more children, because as we have more children, we are creating eternal beings, eternal souls that have genius in them, that have the ability to cure cancer, that have the ability to create extraordinary new methods of energy creation. If we live in an infinite sum world, if we believe that we live in an infinite sum world, which we do, that we have possibilities that are yet foreseen, that by building out that network, we can grow stronger and we can solve problems better and faster. But if we decline, if we limit that network effect of humanity, then we will ultimately weaken humanity.